Black Adam. This article came out. This article came out before. This article came out before the THR article. Thank you, Mr. Proctor, for the $5 super chat. If we can get a new DCU Batman, all I ask for is at least Nightwing and Red Hood. That is all. That is all. I just want to let Batman have his Bat family. Well, I think like Matt Reeves is trying to do that right there, but I think that's what he's trying to do. Who knows? But here's the article right here. And, of course, Dwayne Johnson. Let me pull up Dwayne. Let me make sure I got Dwayne Johnson's tweet right here because, you know, he also, of course, what are you doing? Man, technology sucks. Okay. Okay, here we go. So I'll have that right here. So here's the article. Here is the article right here. Oops. So here's the article right here. Well, here's Dwayne Johnson's tweet. He said, waited to confirm with financiers before I shared this excellent Black Adam news. Our film will profit between 52 to 72 million. Fact. That's right. He said fact. He said fact. So, fucking hard fact. I don't have that drop ready right now. Anyways, okay, so, and then, of course, at almost $400 million worldwide, we are building our new franchise step by step. First, Captain America did $370 million for the DC future. So, of course, comparing. Okay, Dwayne, I mean, of course, this is what he's going to do. This is what Dwayne Johnson does. He's done it many times. I mean, comparing it to the first Captain America, I guess that's one way to do it. That is one way to do it. But when you spent like the last 2.5 years, 3 years saying the DC, the hierarchy of the DC universe is about to change, and it really didn't. Well, the DC, the hierarchy did change, but it was a hierarchy within, behind the scenes. And apparently, I don't know what's going on. It's just very weird that neither James Gunn has acknowledged Black Adam and Dwayne Johnson has not acknowledged James Gunn. It's just weird. It's just weird. So here's the picture, or here's the Deadline article right here that says Dwayne Johnson DC pick, Black Adam to profit. Here's how. So, of course, we talked about it on Monday when it came to possibly losing $50 to $100 million, which was the Variety article that came out. And it says, with a global gross of $390 million, a $190 million production cost, and a P&A spend between $80 and $100 million, the Dwayne Johnson DC New Line film is looking to net $52 to $72 million. All this is including, blah, 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 all that stuff. And then, of course, Black Adam rep Johnson's biggest solo opening stateside at $67 million. Clearly one of the financial models that Warner Brothers finance department had in mind when they were strategizing and the P&L on this film. In a very dry fall marketplace without any tentpoles due to the post-production logjam created by COVID, Black Adam was the biggest movie. And then, of course, you have Black Panther that came out. But Black Panther also suffered, too. I have read the claims that Black Adam will lose money. That is false, exclaims producer and financier Joe Singer, who deals greatly in the motion picture slate financing. The picture may be considered disappointing since it had Dwayne Johnson in the DC film. However, the picture will pass break even and throw off a bit of profit. So talking about that, and then, of course, compares to the Hobbs and Shaw. However, working in Black Adam's favor is the thriftier marketing budget to Universal's $140 million, of course, talking about that. And then when it talks about it right here, going through and then Twitter, the factor in shorter theatrical windows nowadays on movies, which enables the studio to stretch for marketing dollars. PVOD for the film is hitting at a time when the pick is still in theaters and outdoor ads are still around. Black Adam is dropping on HBO Max on December 16th after a 57-day window, a long enough frame to maximize theatrical PVOD and sell through dollars. The swing factor in the net profit here on Black Adam, Warner's contends they spent $80 million global for P&A, and which would get the pick to a $72 million surplus, whereas $100 million contended by other sources lands the pick at a $52 million profit right there.
Fuck me, right?
I mean, that drop still fits. It kind of does because, I don't know. when I talk to people that I know, they say, nope, it cost way, obviously they're not going to give the numbers. They're going to tamp down the numbers. I don't know. It's all, again, I wish I had the drop that said, we still can't see the numbers, because we're just never going to actually fully know the numbers. I mean, obviously they talk about the fact that there's merchandising and all that, but you can't add that. I mean, obviously, yes, I guess you could take everything when it comes to a film and put that in there, but when it comes to box office numbers, let's face it. I mean, I don't think it's not a flop. It's not a flop for sure, but it's just very subpar. I was hoping that it was going to get into the $600 to $700 range, and I was thinking maybe it could reach that. Who knows? But sadly, it didn't. But of course, they're going to try to tip the numbers to make it look, better than it actually is. Let's just face it. That's just the way it is. That's the way the business works. And when you have a big movie like this, of course, they're going to try to tip it to that. And to be honest, it seems like Dwayne Johnson, he wasn't playing ball with this whole thing. Who knows? Maybe he finally had a meeting over there and they're like, hey, man, you need to push this. Who knows? But at the same time, still not talking about James Gunn, still not talking about Peter Safran, still not talking about the future. He's talking about the future of his DC universe, his part of the DC universe, but not talking about the overall DC universe. This is what's so weird about all this stuff, and James Gunn not acknowledging Black Adam at all. He comes in, there's a DC movie in theaters, he doesn't acknowledge it. When Blue Beetle at CCXP last weekend drops the first little poster, he promotes it. It's all just a little weird. That's all. It's just very weird what's going on with all this, but it's one way to spin it. I guess, so. It's exhausting trying to keep up, right? How tired are we, guys? Are we all tired? I think we're all pretty tired here, though. Boy, it's all just crazy.